drink some beer! 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 Okay. Okay, you go upstairs. Hi, guys. Miss Bomey's going back upstairs. It's funny, she always comes down the stairs and realizes that the camera's on, and she's like, oh shit. What are we looking at today? Well, this, not only is this something from Paul, PA Brew News, but this is actually one of his home brews. Blood of the Black Oak. 13.49%. And what'd you say, Paul? This is been aged for a year. It's an imperial stout aged in French oak brandy casks. Dark roasted malts, chocolate, molasses, cranberries, cascading hops. Well, this is actually kind of exciting. What'd you guys do today? Well, probably by the time you see this, because I think there was like an hour left to upload, I worked on that Ambi bolt release from PDQ. You know, the one where you needed to Ginsu your lower. Well, get that out of the way. Here's how it turned out. So when you're on this side, right now, if the bolt had locked back, it would do something like that, and you reach up with your finger and just give it a push. And I have to honestly say, this may sound egotistical, but I'm very happy with the outcome of that. You can see in the video, I used the Dremel style tool, finished it up with the file, and did some detail work with some 600 grit sandpaper just to make sure it's all nice and smooth, and then repainted everything, because you needed to grind off a little of, you know, see how this rail comes across? You need to grind a little bit of a chunk of that off of there. And then I put color back on. They recommend that you use Birchwood KC Aluminum Black, and I could not find any positive reviews on that, so I used flat black high temp grill enamel and painted it on with a brush. So, my thoughts on it? Would I actually, because as you guys probably know, this is a surprise lower for a friend. The surprise will be if I ever can come up with an upper so I could actually get this to him. It's been a long time coming. What are my thoughts on it? Well, obviously I haven't shot it yet, but it's not. I mean, it's not a terrible thing. It's I'm not sure how I feel about chopping up my Rock River. Would I put one on one of my own guns? Yeah, I actually would. If I'd known it was going to come out this well, would I have actually put it on my Rock River? I don't know. I have, yeah, you know, touch the guns before we touch the alcohol. I personally use the Troy lever, and that positions the controls right there. You know, from there to there. Some people may not like it in here because, you know, maybe you're wearing gloves. I've never had my hand make contact with that unless I wanted it to. So that's why I did not put it on mine. And Ms. Bomey is a lefty when it comes to shooting, and an ambi release for a lefty is completely useless because you cannot get to it with your thumb. So if I built up another one, I'd probably consider it. I mean, I thought the install went pretty straightforward, but then again, a lot of times I'm willing to take stuff like that on until it goes completely bad. So if you know, you can check out the video. If maybe you're thinking about an ambi release and you have some mechanical skills, or you know a gunsmith, then I'd do it. We're gonna open this. We're gonna open this with the Enterprise, and trying to see what direction I'm supposed to be showing this in. He has a, you know, he's got a personalized I don't know, some kind of devil worshipping thing on there. It's kind of like personalized. I might have to save this one. Sorry, Alex. Let's take a look at it. Definitely carbonated. We better slow down and not do anything crazy. God, man, that's more head than Heffy's gotten in the last year. Okay, there's definitely carbonation, and it's, of course I brought the light upstairs, but I think light would make it through it, but just barely. It has a deep brown color to it. You can see those bubbles are like huge, and you can actually sit and watch them pop. Smell? Ooh, Paul, this has got a good smell to it. It smells like chocolate, molasses, and cranberries. And you can see those cascading hops. No, seriously. It has a stout smell, kind of a roasted hops. That sweetness, only because I read it, you know, could maybe the cranberries. It made room. We can finish it off. Okay, so I was gonna say, if something happens, you know that the brew came from Paul at PA Brew News. But if Miss Bomey is so insensitive that she comes down here and finds me dead on the floor and manages to edit and upload this video, well, that's actually kind of touching now that I think about it. Cheers, guys. Well, the first thing you notice is the chocolate. Actually, the first thing you notice is on your lips, if your lips are able to sense sweetness. It has a pronounced sweetness about it. Has kind of a light to medium mouthfeel. That chocolate is, Paul, that chocolate is good in there. A little bit of a cascading hoppiness. It has a little, seems like a little bit of a citrusy, like hoppy IPA kind of a hit. And then, now really cascading, right behind that is the big chocolate, like a Hershey's kind of a chocolate taste to it. I'm guessing somewhere in there that not really the sweetness, but the citrus is probably the cranberries. If I didn't read it on the side, though, I don't think I would have ever pegged that one as right. The cranberries are definitely subdued in there. What you're getting is that citrus kind of citrus up front, and then that leads basically right into the chocolate. Maybe right behind the chocolate there's a little bit of a warming from the alcohol. Now, if this is really that high, Paul, man, you move some shit aside and hid that alcohol content there. That is I would have been wrong on that too. Yeah, 13.49%. Brewed by a metalhead for metalheads. Caution, drinking wolf. Ew. Yeah, 13%. Drinking Wolf Lair Brewery brews in combination with certain metal albums may cause moshing, headbanging, church burnings, and general blasphemy. Drink with respect and be aware of the wolf. Yeah, I'm also gonna save the bottle. Hey, you didn't autograph it for me. You could have like signed it, you prick. I'd have to even go back and look. Um, it would be like the artist to bitch about his artwork. And Paul, I know you said you were, you know, discouraged. I mean, I don't know that something something you do kind of notice just before the chocolate kicks in is the subtle oak part of it. It isn't real heavy and real pronounced, but knowing it's there kind of, I think, kind of puts it there a little bit more. Notice I put it in the beaker. No, man, that's good. That's See, these are all things I I strive for. It's like a gun channel, and I don't do reloading, and a brew channel, and I have never even attempted to make my own, because it just seems like, me personally, I don't like that in between. It's like when I started playing the guitar, I got a, a really nice Jackson 7 string Randy Rhodes, and my friend, my mentor, he was like, well, it might be easier to excuse me, might be easier to learn on a 6 string and then work your way up to the 7. And I'm like, well, if the end result is the same, why wouldn't I just learn on one and be using it all the way through until the end? And it's like, well, I guess that sort of makes sense. And I'm kind of the same way, like reloading. I've been told I should just start with a single stage press and then work my way up. Well, why would I waste the time and money on the one when I can just get something, like the Dylan? And of course, honestly, I think if I bought a Dylan, it would have to be the 650, mostly because everybody I know has the 550. But would I, the one thing they were saying about the 550 is that it wasn't progressive. It doesn't automatically advance to the next station during a cycle. 650 does. Yeah. I wish I could do this. I don't know if I'd want to wait, a year. Let's wait a year and find out if that worked or not. Hmm. Well, no one's going to be able to go out and probably find this unless you know where Paul lives. But I'm, just for the fun, I'm going to put this on the E scale anyway. If I had an opportunity for him to send me more of these, would I want him to? Oh, hell yeah. Yes, I would. I mean, honestly, how it compares with some commercial shit I've had in the past, this is even better than it. I realize that as far as complete honesty, I realize my E-scale rating will, somewhat reflect that that Paul is a friend of mine, but I don't really give a shit about hurting his feelings because he's the kind of guy that just wants the brutal truth as opposed to just well, he'd like Heffy to blow some smoke up his ass because I can tell, and I guess Nick is now like part of their little threesome. But honestly, for what for what this is, I easily give this a 9 on my E scale rating. I mean, shit, if I had more of these, I'd be drinking more of them tonight. No, seriously. Why do you doubt me? Okay. Yeah, I think what impresses me the most is that alcohol is for 13.5% is very, very incognito in there. I think you're lying. I don't think it's 13%. So, HempSeedAddict, just put it on the put her on the list. Blood of the Black Oak. From Wolf's Lair Brewery. And the brewmaster himself, Paul. PA Brew News. Yeah. Save the bottle. Now you're gonna wash it up, man. I'm just gonna put the cap back on it. There you go. It goes back there. Now it has sentimental value. What should we look at next? Got a whole ton of shit yet from Paul, but we gotta be mixing these seasonals in there, so
what should we look at?
Let's look at this one. Mainly because it's funny. Pickled Santa. Coming at you, Birdman. Hang on. Oh, Birdman went to a Christmas party last night and had to have the world stopped to keep him from puking too much. Christmas ale brewed with spices. Uh, 6% by volume. Bottle conditioned ale. Product of the UK. Now, as far as full disclosure goes, I'm not sure if it was before or after the holidays last year that New York Half-Ass Prepper sent me this. So, this for sure has a year on it. So, if they did have an intended born on date or used by date, which I'm not seeing anywhere on here, it is my fault, and I am is my violation for it. But now, it's an ale. I'm thinking I probably, I think it's probably going to be okay. I still just think it's funny. And to be honest, a lot of these ones, like here's another one with hints of cinnamon and coriander and nutmeg. So these are all kind of things that I really didn't like or appreciate as little as a year ago, and some of the stuff that I'm actually rating fairly highly has that in it. So the fact that we've, waited. This is this does have stuff in it. So we're gonna look at Pickled Santa tomorrow, and I don't even know what the hell the brewery is on this one, other than where it's from. Wow, these people. Oh, Shelton Brothers Importers, Oxford, England. Okay, well, I don't know. Santa really does not look like he's having a good time in there. Okay, so let's look at that tomorrow. I guess I'm gonna go upstairs. I get to be the kitchen bitch because, yeah, it is exciting. Ms. Bomey has been making her red sauce. That's been cooking for at least 6 hours, and she's doing the stuffed manicotti, cheese, and she's making some mild and some or medium and some hot Italian sausage. So that's awesome. And my piece of shit Vikings went to, was it 3-9-1? Woo! 3 wins. They completely smacked the little tushy of the Eagles today. Other than that, of course, honestly, I've only had a couple of sips before I turn the camera on. I got Paul's, but look at this. This is actually right now, especially if you mix it with the debris from Paul's. It looks like one of Birdman's urine samples. A little something I'll be throwing in the review down the road. I'm not going to tell you what it is though. It's actually really good for what it is though. Well, I'll cheat. It's something from Sierra Nevada. Another company that they may not hit on solid tens, but for a larger brewery, man, they can definitely hit them out of the park. When most of their stuff is 8s and 9s, that's impressive. So let's look at Pickled Santa tomorrow. I gotta move the camera and shit upstairs so I can film Miss Bomey making manicotti. Other than that, I don't think there's anything else really new. Like I said, by the time you see this, you can go over and check out the video on that. The install went nicely, and I don't know. Would I put it on mine? I don't know. If there was no such thing as a bad lever or the Troy lever, I'd think about it. I just can't take a Dremel to my Rock River. Sorry, but if I was building something more for kind of like the truck gun thing, something you're gonna maybe make an ultralight. Of course, adding shit to it really isn't gonna make it an ultralight. If I was to make something more as kind of a beater rifle, a serious knock down, drag down, don't give a shit what happens to it kind of thing. You'll come home and clean it up later. Just as a workhorse, heck yeah, because that is completely a useful thing. Yes, I shoot the hell out of that thing, but that build is compliments of so many great friends that I couldn't cut it. I couldn't cut it up. So, but would I do this again? Heck yeah, I'd do that again. There was really nothing. Just take your time. Nice clean edges. And on the other hand, if I was doing one for you, I don't know if I'd want to call you and say, well, I slipped with the Dremel, and so, okay, you guys, we'll see you tomorrow. We'll look at Pickled Santa. You have a good rest of your Sunday.